Welcome back, guys. Today we're out on the big river. We're just going to show you guys how to jig. I know I have a lot of clients that come out just to learn, so we hope this video kind of gives you some tips on how to keep vertical, how you're going to approach attacking these walleye on the big rivers, Detroit River, St. Clair River. So the key to catching these walleye is running semi-light line. We run 8 to 10 pound braided line to cut the current. If you have 20-pound line, it's really gonna, it's really resist the current, and you're not gonna be able to feel bottom as good. We run an 8 to 10 pound fluorocarbon leader as well, about 1 foot, and we run big jigs, 1/2 ounce, 3/4, and 1 ounce, depending on where we're at, especially in deeper water. We were just in 50 feet of water catching some fish. We're running big jigs to do that. Another good tip is you want to run a medium heavy action rod. Some guys like the shorter rod, 6'6", 6'3". I prefer a 7 foot, but anything in that, anything in that range is going to do perfect for you. You want the stiffer rod so you can feel that bounce on bottom. When you drop that jig down and hit bottom, you want that blank to thud. You want to be able to see the tip thud. And using these heavy jigs, using a light action rod, you just won't see that. So a medium heavy rod is key to catching these walleyes in the big river. So boat control is important. We're going to cover that in a different video. The most important part is keeping the nose into the wind. You need to stay vertical for these walleye. You want to be straight up and down as you possibly can. You don't want to have an angle in your line, you'll end up dragging bottom. So how we attack these walleye, as you can see, I got my boat faced into the wind, even though there's not much today. We're gonna let it out. You'll see all your line coming off the spool, depending on how deep you're in. We're in about 25 feet of water here, and we're on bottom. So how we know we're on bottom is you can see that rod tip thunk bottom. And all you wanna do is jig it up about 1 foot and a half, depending on the bite, and then slow down. The real key to these walleye is a quick snap up like this, and down. And as you can see my rod tip, I'm not going up too high. Some guys try jigging really high. It's not what you want to do. You want to touch bottom right there, snap up 1.5 feet, 2 feet, and down slow. Usually you're going to get those bites when it's falling. It mimics a dying bait fish. Flutters up in the column and slowly drops down. That's when you're going to get your hits. So what we like to look for on these rivers, we like to look for steep drops. Any kind of current break is good as well. Primarily your bigger fish, they're going to be in shallower water. On that right up, we catch them in 10 feet of water on the Detroit River, but primarily you're going to be fishing, 16 to 25 feet for those big females early in the season. And then we get a good eater bite out in the deep channel. So you can see we're in 44 feet right now. We're going to try a drift for some bigger eaters. The whole channels can be good, both St. Clair River and Detroit River. Once you find a pot of fish, you hit a fish, you want to keep going back over that exact same area. There'll be a school of fish there. So again, middle of the channel is usually a good eater bite. That's 30 right to 50 feet of water. Then we like to go along the shorelines. It's not a very big task to find where these fish are. Basically, you go on your navionics, any kind of steep shoreline drops, around islands, segregated channels that are off the main channel, all this stuff can be good for the walleye in the spring. All right, guys, well, that's just a few tips and tricks on how to catch these walleye.